Today we're going to look at depreciation. Businesses will buy fixed assets or tangible assets such as cars, machines, printers, computers, and they quite often lose value over a long period of time. That is called depreciation, when they lose value. So we need to be able to record that in the final accounts. In the profit and loss account, we show depreciation for each particular year, and that reduces the amount of profit the business makes and then the amount of tax they pay. In the balance sheet, we need to accurately show how much the fixed asset is actually worth at the end of each accounting period. So we'll have the purchase price minus the cumulative depreciation equals the net value of the fixed asset. Okay? Now, it's sometimes a little bit confusing for students, is that students think, why doesn't the depreciation appear in the cash flow forecast? Well, when you buy the fixed asset, obviously that is a cash outflow. Okay? But in subsequent years, when we're calculating depreciation, it's a purely accounting exercise to include it in the profit and loss account and in the balance sheet. Okay? Because it's already been included in the cash flow forecast. Alright? So after that, in subsequent years, we only use depreciation in the balance sheet or the profit and loss account. Okay, businesses have lots of items, as I just mentioned, like computers and stuff, which lose value. The reason why things like cars lose value could be because of wear and tear. Okay, this, for example, if you're going to be driving a car like this, you're jumping from one side of the river, maybe to the other side of the river. It may be fun, but it's probably dangerous. This is not going to do a lot for the resale value of your car. It's likely to depreciate quite heavily. Obviously, as items get older, except for maybe things like Rolls Royces, are highly prestigious cars, they may actually go up in value. But most cars will lose value even if they're not really driven that often. All right? Because new models come out with better technologies and serve for higher standard. Okay? And obviously, if you have a car and has problems and you don't fix it, obviously it's going to get a lot worse. Okay? So the value of the car will keep going down, because obviously the person who's going to have to buy the car will have to spend so much more money to have it fixed. Okay? So depreciation we will look at in two different ways. One is called the straight line method, and that's the easiest way to calculate it because it gives you the same answer each year. And how we calculate it is cost minus resale value divided by the number of years you're going to keep the fixed asset, and that gives you the depreciation each year. So 200,000 purchase price minus 50,000 resale price. You keep it for 5 years. That means 150,000 divided by 5 means that the depreciation each year will be 30,000. Now, the problem with using this method for things like computers or smartphones. Smartphones and computers probably lose 50% of their value in their first year. Okay, so this may not be an accurate way of measuring the true value of fixed assets such as those. That's why we then use something called the diminishing or reducing method of depreciation, which takes the same percentage each year. Now, in reality, items such as cars don't lose the same amount of, depreciate the same amount each year. Alright, they may depreciate by 30% in the first year, 20% in the second year, 15% in the third year. But in the final IB exams, the exam just tends to give you the same percentage. For example, 25% each year or 30% each year, as that's probably simpler for you to actually be able to use. Right? But in reality, as I say, probably cars go 30%, 20%, 15% in the third year. So this is calculated as current value minus depreciation rate equals net value. Alright, so if you start in 2017 with, you purchased the asset for $200,000, loses 30%. At the end of 2017, it's worth $140,000, and then you can read the rest of that. Okay. Research shows that cars, depending on the brand name, they depreciate at different rates. So, for example, the Tesla apparently is one of the best cars for keeping its value. It only loses 28% of its value each year. The Lexus car loses 33%, There are cars which lose literally 50% of their value in the first year. Now, I haven't put that on there, but you can investigate it just by going to Google and typing in car depreciation. Also, something as silly as the car colour, that affects the depreciation level. So for example, the three worst colours for car depreciation are green, maroon and turquoise. This is a turquoise Lamborghini. I'm not a petrol head. Right? This is a red Lamborghini. Which of these two cars would one want to buy or be seen in? I think most of us would like to be seen in this. And most of us would probably guess this will retain its value a lot better than this, because this is just ugly. Okay? Or as someone put it online, this is bad taste. Okay? Okay, so next we have how depreciation actually appears in the profit and loss account. We only show the depreciation for one particular year. Okay, so if you remember from 2 slides ago, the depreciation figure for 2017 was 60,000, 2018 was 42,000, 2019 was 29,400. So in the profit and loss account for 2017, we will show depreciation 60,000. 2019, 29,400. Okay, if you put 102,000, i.e. 60,000 plus 42,000, as the depreciation figure for 2018, well, you'll be double counting. Okay, and that wouldn't be allowed. Okay, so you're counting the 60,000 twice. Okay, and then depreciation in the balance sheet, this is relatively simple. We show total depreciation. So, using our example from a couple of slides ago, the depreciation would be 200,000 is the purchase price of the fixed assets. The total depreciation at this point is 131,400. So the net assets would be valued at 68,600. If we were using the straight line method, whereby the asset loses $30,000 of value a year, after 3 years it would be 200,000 minus 90,000 equals 110,000, the value of the fixed assets. Okay. Finally, then, which method should be used? If you have specialized equipment which you need to produce a specialized product, and maybe no one else is really interested in using or producing that product, it probably makes sense to use the straight line method. Okay, so this, for example, is a picture disc. All right, you can see here this is where they print vinyl. Vinyl is the way in which you can listen to music. Most of you will probably listen to music just from streaming, that type of thing. But in the olden days, all right, and a lot of people used to listen to music through vinyl, and increasingly many young people are listening to music through vinyl. All right. What you will have is this. This is a picture disc. This is a picture disc of the wonderful Iron Maiden's Run to the Hills. Okay, and this will require specialized equipment to produce this beautiful vinyl record. Okay, there may be no one else who really wants to use this equipment. This company knows we're going to be making vinyl for the next 10 years, so they could use the straight line method. It probably suits their needs. Whereas if you're making highly technological items, if you're trying to resell a car, or you're trying to resell your smartphone, you're trying to resell your computer, you've probably got to use the diminishing balance if you're going to accurately report how much it's really worth after 2 years or 1 year. Okay? Whereas probably if you're making vinyl records, that doesn't matter so much. Right? Because you're the only companies that are maybe going to be using the printing press for the vinyl. Okay? Hopefully we've explained depreciation.